So hi everybody for another episode of Recortalk, here from the classic spot. And wow, it's been a long time and can't even remember when I did the last one. It's gotta be the beginning of the year 21 here, classic spot. And for today I thought like give you a little insight, or let's see what I come up with concerning some songs of one of my heart connected big time bands in my life, and two or three little other fun things you're gonna see. And as always, go with the flow. Let's see what I come up with. No planning, just feeling and some little advertising for this beautiful place here. So cheers. Let's get it on. Yeah, I just grabbed the first one. This song, The Chain. Let's talk about the A side first. Or no, it's a double A. It's all A. So let's see. It's The Chain is the tune that really had a big impact on me when I was like in graduation year of school. It was like this time around when I discovered Fleetwood Mac, like 1 year earlier, but I really went into this big phase. And The Chain it had a big impact on my. Let's say it like this: it was exactly what I loved and what I value in a song. Like, it has this bass, this amazing bass, this simple bass line that sticks into your ears. It has this. I was really amazed by the multi-layered vocals, like the core, the lyrics, everything. It blew me away. So The Chain has this bass part where the bass is standing alone in the room, like dum, and it's building up, and then it's like the outburst with Lindsey Buckingham coming in with the guitar, like chain keep us together, running in the shadow. You know it. It's iconic. It's one of my big time faves of all of the catalog of Fleetwood Mac. And yeah, this is a real golden song. It deserves way more attention than it already has. So what I also have to say, I love this backs of those singles, and it's coming from this album here, and yeah, You Make Loving Fun is also a beautiful one. I think we have to thank especially Christine for that, and there's not much to add. It's just one of those two songs are really big times. It deserves to be on every best of compilation, but it is anyway. So The Chain had the bigger impact. You Make Loving Fun, I just learned to go deeper into this song just recently. Like, I always loved it, but I got my personal connection to it just like one in the last one and a half years, I would say. So next back, let's start with the back. I love that. I love to, and you gotta see this ads on the back. We have here a few records that are worth mentioning for sure. We have Chic and Ricky Lee Jones. I had this one once, and I also adored this record big time. But they're all worth listening, all of them. So I have to admit I don't know the Recortalk one, the Cars one, I just know a little bit of it, but the Chic one I know, and the Ricky Lee Jones definitely recommends. But now, my album that I have a big time connection with, because it was back then, I think it was the second Fleetwood Mac I got as album, and I love it so much. It's the title track, and it's Tusk, the Barking Doggy, and this is a sister LP to it had this impact on me, and even the design, everything. It's I see it as a sister thing to Down in Albion from Baby Shambles, for optical and impact reasons, and there are a lot of sisters to this, but mainly Down in Albion is really obvious. I gotta say, we have here Never Make Me Cry, and as B-side, which is I like the I have to say I like the complete conceptual thing about this LP. I fell in love with the Stevie songs. I fell in love with even more with the not so known, because they weren't singles, like Honey High, like the opener, the songs done by Christine, and I love that there is an appearance of Peter Green the first time. Again, it's uncredited. Brown Eyes. It's just this LP touches me. It's like it feels to me like this is a part of my life. And also the chaotic, new wavy, punky stuff Lindsay did, and I recommend everybody. There is a documentary where you can have the insights on how they produced this album. Watch it. Sisters of the Moon. Watch it. And I think I did read somewhere that Lindsey Buckingham did all kind of crazy stuff in the studio, and maybe the others too, but he was the mastermind behind it in some way. And transferred all those ideas into really timeless classic gold. So the video shouldn't be all too long, so I have a few more things that I want to put in there. So here we are in the a little later. We are here in the phase of Mirage. It's the 80s, early 80s. I love Mirage, and there is a special thing about Gypsy. The song was the first record I ever had from Fleetwood Mac. Was a compilation where Gypsy was, I think, in one of the first songs, and Gypsy went into my ear really. It opened my ears to Fleetwood Mac in some ways. So, and I had a really interesting live experience through in 2018. I love coffee. With a person that was calling himself a gypsy in the streets, and yeah, a big impacting thing I experienced. And of course this song is also in some way then connected to this. We have here Hold Me, and this here is a double A-side. It's a special record, it's not for sale. It's a double A-side, and on one side we have mono, and one side, and the other side we have stereo. You see, I love mono versions usually. I love it, the sound of mono, because I separate, when I listen to something I separate anyway. I separate all the lines, I listen to it differently. With jazz I even went that far, just listen to the ride, just listen to the trumpet, just listen to what he's doing with the kick drum, just this kind. You have to make your own mix in the head, and a big thing to practice is to separate different lines. So this is a beautiful song, a beautiful art cover, I think, a beautiful record. I like the sound of, I should tell you, I like the sound of every Fleetwood Mac record, but I like also the sound of how it's produced. This one, as I said, Gypsy was, the song Gypsy was like the ear opener for Fleetwood Mac for me, because it's such a smooth thing to listen to. It calms you down, even if it's not the happiest song. So, 1982. Next one, and this is also from the same album, Oh Diane. And we have Love in Store as B-side. Quick story to this song. I had also in 2018, I listened, I was coming from jazz, and then I opened myself like in 16, 17. I did a lot of jazz and opened myself to pop again, and then I decided sometime, well, you have to open yourself more totally to those popular fields again. So I decided to just listen, or let's say almost just listen, only for a few months, like the whole summer at least. I just only listened to radio, mostly radio, Pink Radio, Arabella, because they had a nice mix of there is something. Hello. A nice mix of old classics, and also like this Ed Sheeran, and more modern contemporary chart top 40 things, which this was sometimes a pain for me to listen to, but it was important, and I learned a lot understandings of how music is listened, consumed, produced, whatever right now. Not that I needed it to know, because it's anyway important to do your own stuff and don't listen to what's the others doing in a way that you take over and then you sound like them. No, I just wanted to know what's going on. And so everybody, even if you're hesitant, try it. Just listen to top 40 radio. The annoying thing is that you get one song like too often, and if you don't like this one song, it's even more painful. But other than this, it was a really mind-enhancing thing to listen to this radio. and also to understand these patterns in the radio. There are certain patterns. It's more behind that than you think. It's not just a playlist or whatever. So out I am, Love in Store. And when we are at Store Love, I want to make a little advertisement for, not just for McDonald's, but also for one of my homie record stores here in Vienna. And here is the owner. You can see him even on here, Simon. And he has a great range of all kind of good classic records. He has a lot of, like, what you can think, and especially the Yugotone stuff he has, because he's coming from Slovenia originally. And yeah, I brought over some stuff to him in the last couple of months, because you know that life as an artist you have to let go some things to fulfill systemic longings, whatever you want to call that. You think you know what I mean. So I brought him my records, and I want to say thank you. And he's a great guy. Go and buy stuff if you visit Vienna. Go there, because he has all this great stuff, records, and also go to the audio center also for jazz. Go there also. Like, this is also a big time recommendation. And here we have the address, and go there. It's an experience. He's doing this stuff with love, and he has a number 99 somewhere. I gifted it to him, which is the Gorillas painting. So Gorillas, go there too. Check out the thing in person. Next song. Oh, we have it here. I think I said everything about that. Maybe I just add cool water important. So it's water in there. It's just water. And I have to admit, I don't have this song in the ear. No idea. Features the vocals of Lindsey Buckingham and John McVie. What? John McVie? I wouldn't believe it if it wasn't written. I think I have to re-listen this thing. Funnily, I don't have the singing voice of John McVie in my head, because I don't see him as singing. He's the bass player. He's the guy who's having the sound, you know, he's pushing. Nice. Better. So, next song. Who knew that they had reissued this in blue? And this here is Dragonfly, Psychedelic, oh my god, Danny Kirwan, John McVie, and the classic Peter Green, I think. Or no, it was maybe after Peter Green. I think it was when he was already gone, but it doesn't matter for now. I just want to say this is a record that has this Fender reverb sound, Les Paul. And there is this video where I think Jeremy Spencer is playing this Les Paul custom, so cool, like with this colorful art style of processing the video. Somewhere, I think they recorded it somewhere in Germany. Check it out. Maybe I put the link of it in the description. It's a big video that impacted on me back then when I was little, and when I started to play the guitar playing And when I started to open up for the Les Paul, because at first, at the beginning, I was thinking the Les Paul, I didn't see the Les Paul guitar as the coolest guitar ever. I just needed some years. At first there was like the Kurt Cobain Stratocaster style that was really attracting me when I started out, but like a few years after that the Les Paul was coming big time. And today Jerry James Nichols had posted this red Extreme. I love the 52 to 55, 56 Les Pauls, the early ones with the wraparound tailpiece, big time, and he posted this awesome example of it, a 53 with an oversprayed black back and neck and oversprayed top red. Wow, I was really yeah, it's one of the most beautiful I ever saw, and I love the lower logo. I love all this old early 50s stuff. I love the P90s. I love, especially what I big time also love is the reissue 72 3 Black Beauty custom 2 humbucker version, where they also do it kind of old school with the P90s Les Paul custom. So yeah, so much to Les Paul. Beautiful sound, beautiful Dragonfly. So maybe I just go into. I have this with me. I don't know why, but I already talked about it. We know that it's a special record to me for many reasons, and the reason how I got it. But I wanted to show you this here. Like, this is a piano. It's called the Golden Autumn. You know, Vienna is going coldy right now again. It's going since last weekend around. It's kind of fresh outside, so the night's getting cooler again, and I think it's a really nice thing to accompany here in the Recortalk, because I found this. It was planned. I found it in this second-hand store next to my place where I'm having this flat, and there are two versions. You see the other one up there, it's still closed, and this coming, I had a student, a guitar student, a year ago or something, and I asked her, because she could read that, because there is a lot of things in there, information, and I don't know anything about it because I can't read that. I can read it, but not, I don't know what's the content. So it's here like this. So she told me this is Dari, and Dari is the language or the style of Arabic that's used in Iran. And this is also those two CDs, which is really cool. It's coming from Iran, and what is also really cool is that it's also the other way around. You see, you open it like this, like, oops. Normally you would have it like in the Western world, you have it like this, and as you write from right to left, you also open it like from left to right, you know. So let's hear like this. I should do it like. I trick myself now because this is correct, and I put this the wrong side, in there because I'm used to right to left. So the balance of the world, like we have, if you see the Ifrit, you see the Arabian, other languages left to right are right to left, and the rest of the languages left to right. There's a balance in the world, and I think both things are cool. And what about reading the things from left to right, from right to left, and from up to down, and downwards up? So this should be done like this. So about the music, it's like a classical thing, not directly classical, but I gotta say I didn't listen to it enough to talk about in a manner that I can give you a deep insight. But I can say it's good, it's nice, you should check it out, it's something really special. It's Golden Autumn, Faribor Lachini, and it's played by another person, like Heights Talay. I have no idea. But she told me about somewhat the content was what was written in there, but she's not from Iran, so she couldn't give it exactly to me what's written. But what I got is that the language study and the classical Arabian language is not that far apart, but it's far enough apart to have the need to translate in some way and to learn the language more detailed if you want to know it good. But she can, basic Arabic can give you insight. I think it's something like the Portuguese and Spanish dividing or whatever you want to have as expression for that. So next song, and this is, I love this minor burden, chord splitting, and also the B-side on this. So at first, this is a song that's all time, big time, something for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's on the first album with Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham, and it was a hit. And it was the signature song of Stevie, and it's still. And it has this aura of not only the lyrics, the whole. It's one of those songs in the whole music universe that is a really extreme, perfect example for how the music and the musicians can support a team, a singer, the mood of it, and the story of the lyrics. And also Sugar Daddy, I think this is a song by Christine that I also am in love with. They had another producer here, so this is also funny. They had this Mr. Caillet later. Let's see what was task. I think this was done by. Now they turn off again. What? So we have the classic things going on as always. So here is Keith Olsen. I think it's a big name when it comes to Fleetwood Mac. It's Keith Olsen. So I think I have to cut it off more fast now. But thank God we just have one more. And this is also, I love the groove. I love it big time. Sarah, nothing more to say. Tusk, nothing more to say. Richard Dashett and Ken Caled was producers here. So now also the power is getting off here on the phone. So I just want to say thank you to everybody and see us at the next Record Talk. On the back here, as long as you follow, maybe I give you that. This was also the cover of a compilation like from the late 80s. And oh well, I love every version of oh well. Also the mid versions of Bob Welch era. And here, especially also, I like it when Lindsay and Stevie, incarnation of the band, is doing oh well. It's really beautiful. So, especially, I learned to know it. I learned to know the song by the original lineup, but I was really stunned when I heard there's videos, like I think live at the record plant or something like this, 74-ish, 5-ish, where Stevie and Lindsay just came into the band and they did the old songs. And there's a version, live version of it that it's delicious. Wow, I love it. Here, number 2 of the Golden Autumn, and up there I think it's 75. Yeah, I gotta pack my stuff and finish this coffee a little bit in there. And also, this is also now totally finished. My little advertising, my Moleskine is also it's totally fell apart. This is 2020, and I will start the 21 roaming soon, when one of my favorite record store friends will help me to get my 2021 version of my book's diary. So I gotta say good night and love you big time. Good night. See you next Record Talk.